Day 54 of the 75-day challenge, getting my outdoor workout in. Really regretting leaving it to the end of the day, but on a positive note, there's not that many people out walking like there has been during the day, so at least the walkways are nice and clear. Okay, so today's lesson is lesson 4.40, and it's called Learning Curves, and I'm actually going to read you guys a big chunk of this chapter because it's really well written and well explained. So let me get started. Our lifetime earnings, pondered the wealthy gardener, correlate with our lifetime learnings. Those who increase their knowledge expand their options. Our learning curve is an education to improve ourselves. Those who increase knowledge expand options. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you, said Brian Tracy. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. We can earn our way out of unwanted conditions by methodically expanding our knowledge base. Winners have a growth trajectory. To condense this story for several years, after earning an MBA, she was hired by a Fortune 500 company and traveled the world for decades as a regional executive. What would have been her fate if she had refused to study, educate herself, and expand her horizons? He's talking about his cousin who went to school, got her bachelor's in business, took a job with a small business, but realized that she really had no upward mobility and didn't have the opportunity to grow. So she had to make the hard decision about going back to school and taking the risk of the additional expenses of getting an MBA and the additional time. But in this case, it really worked out very well for her. To earn more money, you must learn more, said Robin Sharma. An investment in knowledge, wrote Benjamin Franklin, always pays the best interest. Though starting at the same undergraduate college, my career path was different than my cousin's. I was in the entrepreneurial lane where education is often gained through self-learning. As a small business owner, to survive, I had to offer value to others. I learned money management and cash flow control for profitability. I studied my field and immersed myself in books on personal finance and wealth. But before I could save, I needed to earn more. I will try to avoid being redundant, but wealth for me, the core of the matter, was foremost about learning to control my thoughts. The reason I believe so many people deride goal setting is because they haven't built the mental muscle to regulate the mind to radiate absolute faith all the time, day after day, as long as it takes to win. It's easier to be cynical. It's easier to disbelieve. It's easier to fail the test of everlasting vigilance of thought, keeping the mind free of doubt, worry, fear, and negativity than it is to gain this level of self-mastery. I think this applies to a lot of people right now, especially with everything that's going on. So this is a really nice reminder. And so for the first life-changing learning curve of my economic reality was training my mind to concentrate on goals and radiate absolute faith. At the same time, I learned the practical value of momentary pauses in the days to consult my inner wisdom for guidance. I own volumes of books on the power of goals and focus as proof of a learning curve that was vital to getting money in the bank. After the learning curve of self-mastery over thoughts, I then studied every book I could find on money that seemed intelligent and legitimate. In my home office, the bookshelves looked like an archaeological dig from past immersions about money, strategies, and tactics. These books are grouped in categories on the stock market, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, buy and hold investing, landlording, saving money, getting out of debt, and personal finance. I was always on a new learning curve in total immersion to better myself, to improve my knowledge, to know more about wealth. I studied wealth to become wealthy. I can't stress enough the impact of learning curves in my life. Education is the path of upward mobility. A friend once made a statement that gave me pause. He complimented me by saying, "What I admire about you is that you're always reinventing yourself." I was surprised because I never saw my evolution as reinvention, but it evidently looked that way as I opened a chiropractic practice, developed a rental business, started a real estate flipping business, and am now the author of a book. And each reinvention, if that's what it was nothing more than a steep learning curve. As we earn our way out of unwanted conditions by learning our way out of them. Former Vanguard Group CEO Bill McNabb saw this truth firsthand and expressed it as follows. We've actually tracked senior leaders here at Vanguard and asked why some did better in the long run than others. I used to use the word complacency to describe the ones that didn't work out. But the more I reflect on it, the more I realize that's not quite it. The people who have continued to be successful here have stayed on a growth trajectory. They just keep surprising you with how much they're growing. Billionaire Mark Cuban shares a similar view. In this world, you have to learn how to learn and get in the habit of always wanting to learn. Most people won't put in the time to get a knowledge advantage. Elon Musk was asked how he got into space travel and rocket technology. He answered, I just started reading books on it. When the mind expands, the possibilities multiply. The life lesson, learning curves. I found that my earning correlated with my learning. And as my knowledge increased, so too did my options. So that is the life lesson of learning curves. And there is no better time than now to pick up something that you want to learn about, something that you want to maybe improve in your life or fix or get better at or whatever it might be. But this is such a great reminder that we have to constantly evolve and learn. And especially in this day and age, now more than ever, with the rate at which technology is advancing and things are changing and industries are changing, businesses are changing, just the way everything operates fundamentally is changing. And in order to stay competitive and relative or relevant, I should say, you have to continue to learn and you have to understand, get a good grasp of how things are changing so that you can basically keep up with the times. You don't want to become obsolete. And I think now more than ever, or faster than ever, people are becoming more and more obsolete because they're becoming complacent and not really taking the time to educate themselves and get better at something or learn something new or evolve in whatever it is that they might be doing. So you just don't want to get stuck. So grab that book, or there's so much free education online these days. You can literally learn how to do anything almost just off of YouTube. So, just take that extra step, make that effort, and learn something new, because what you learn, I truly believe, never goes to waste, and no one can ever take that away from you. And on that note, that is a wrap with day 53, I believe. This is the reading of The Wealthy Gardener by John Farrick. There is a link to the book that you can purchase it off of Amazon. And so awesome of all of you guys out there who have already purchased this book. I'm glad that you guys are finding this of value. I know every single day that I read this book, every new lesson is just, it's so good. It's such a great reminder and such a great tool to have. And so, yeah, and then you can also find information about the challenge in the description down below as well. Day 53. Thanks for watching, guys. Good night. Stay healthy. Take care. Bye.